A very delightful morning, children. This is Vanaja teacher, and I welcome you all for the next lesson, Motion and Time. Yes, our lesson name is Motion and Time. This is your second lesson in physics, children. And before entering into the content, I want to say we got a very good response for your ST. Very good, keep it up, children. You must read your textbook line to line, then only you can write your STs well. We will enter into your lesson, and today's topic is we will discuss about motion and time, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Motion, it's a common experience in our life. We observe birds flying in air, buses moving on road, trains moving on the railway tracks, and many objects around us will be in motion. Apart from observing motion of an object around us, we ourselves experience motion while we are walking, running, playing, riding a bicycle, etc. Other than this running, playing, and all, when we sit inside a moving bus or a train, we observe that the objects like trees, buildings, electrical poles, etc., appear to be in motion. Isn't or not, children? To understand this, we should understand the meaning of motion and rest. Here is a slide. Here a car is there and a person is there here, and in the next picture we clearly observe the person is pushing the car and the car have moved some distance. See, previously to the wall, up to the wall it is there, but in your second picture it came away from the wall. Is it or not? That means if the object is moving from one place to another place with respect to the surroundings. Here the surrounding, in this picture the surrounding is the wall. With respect to the wall, I can say the car is in motion because in the first picture it is there in this position, and in the second picture it have came out from that particular place and it is moving. Then I can say that this is there in the motion. But the tree, if you see there, it is there at the rest. It is there only. That means it doesn't move with respect to the surrounding. Is it or not? Then we can define an object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. In a particular time interval, with respect to the surroundings, if it is changing its position, then we can say surely the object is said to be in the motion. Here, this is also a person is there traveling in the boat. He is sailing the boat. Surely he will be in motion or at rest, children? He will be in the motion. Here, when can you say object is there said to be at rest? An object is said to be at rest if there is no change in the position with respect to its surroundings in a given time interval. For this, I will show you a small slide here. See here, children. Two persons are standing here near a tree and a car is moving on the road. These two people are not moving. They are standing there and they are talking with each other. They are standing near the tree. Is it or not? But the car, position of the car may change. Previously the car is there here, and while it is traveling it may move. Then I can say the car is in motion, whereas the position of the tree is at rest and the position of the people are there in the rest. Is it or not? That is said to be the rest. That means an object is said to be at rest if there is no change in the position. I have shown you a slide where the tree is there itself. It doesn't change its position. Then we can say it is at rest. With respect to the surroundings, if it doesn't move any of the objects, then that is said to be in rest. I want to quote you a few examples. There will be no change in the position of the gate of your house. When you come to the school in the morning and when you go back to your home in the evening time at 4 o'clock, will we find any change in the gate, position of the gate in the morning and evening? No, because it will be there itself. Like that, if anything it doesn't move or said to be at rest. The objects or the things which are moving from one place to another place with respect to the surroundings, then those are said to be the objects which are in the motion. Is it clear, children? Yes. One more type of motion will be there, children, that is said to be relative motion. When can you say a body is in relative motion? Here we will go for an definition first. A body may be at rest with one set of surroundings, and at the same time it will be in motion with respect to another set of surroundings. This type of motion is called relative motion. For this best example, I will tell you, children, when you are there in a train on a platform, generally the trains will come to the halt and then you will got up into the trains. In generally these type of relative motions you will experience more in the while you are traveling in the trains. When your train is there at rest and one more train is moving very speedily, for you the train which is moving beside it, your train will be in motion, already it is there in moving, but the people those who are traveling in that particular train also will experience that you are also there in motion in the train. This will happen always, isn't or not, children? That type of motion, that means you are there at rest with one set of surroundings, but that means one set of surrounding here is your own train, and at the same time you are there in motion with respect to another set. The another set is the people those who are there traveling in the one more train. That type of motion is said to be relative motion. Did you understand, children? That means for a few set of surroundings you will be there at rest, but for the one more set you will be there in the motion. For that simple example with a one more slide I want to show you. This is only the previous slide which I have shown you. When the car is traveling like this, the tree is there here which is there at rest, and the persons are standing and they are talking. They are there at rest. They are not changing their positions. The person, driver and passenger are moving in the car. For these people, they will feel when they are going very fastly on the road, the passenger who is there in the car will also feel the trees and the people those who are there on the road are also moving. This is a common example which you also will experience while we are going in a bus or a car. When we are going very fastly on the roads, you sometimes you may feel the trees are moving back, that means they are also moving. In such a time we will feel that is said to be the relative motion. Did you understand, children? Hope you all have understood. Now today we have learned about here what is meant by motion, or when can you say the object is said to be in motion, and when can you say the object is said to be in rest, and what is meant by a relative motion. Next part is the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. When can you say the body or an object is said to be in uniform, and when will we say the object is said to be non-uniform? If a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of the time, it is said to be uniform motion. The best example is, take your wall clock. If you see, it will be traveling equal distances in equal intervals of the time. Is it or not? And if you compare the movement of a butterfly, maybe for equal intervals of the time, for 5 minutes it might travel some distance. In next 5 minutes it may travel very less distance compared to the first term. Like that it will travel, because it is not a bus or a train to travel equally. Is it or not? I will show you a chart here. This is a chart between the time in seconds and distance travelled by a train. At 0 seconds, 0 meters it have travelled. At 10 seconds it have travelled 150 meters. At 20 seconds it have travelled 300 meters. At 30 seconds it have travelled 450 meters. And at 40 seconds it have travelled 600 meters. If you compare 10 equal seconds, if you are taking, then equal intervals of time also here it is going. This type of motion is said to be uniform motion. That means the object is traveling equal distances. Here 150 meters. Again 150 meters it have traveled. That's why it have become 300. Again 150 meters it have traveled. That's why it became 450. Again 150 meters it have traveled. That's why it became 600. It is traveling equal distances in equal intervals of the time. Here the equal interval is 10 seconds. For each 10 seconds they have read out the, or they have taken out the distance, how much of distance it is traveling. This type of movement is said to be the uniform motion. And non-uniform motion, if a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of the time, that is said to be non-uniform motion. Again I am repeating, children, if a body covers unequal distances, that means it don't travel the equal distances. In the previous example which I have shown for you, there it is traveling equal 150 meters, 150 meters, for each 10 seconds it is traveling. If it doesn't travel like that, then that is said to be the non-uniform motion. Here is one more slide showing you that one. This is a tabular form regarding the time in seconds and distance traveled for a one more train. For 0 meters, for 0 seconds it have traveled 0 meters. For next 10 seconds it have traveled 50 meters. Next 20 seconds it have traveled 90 meters. 30 seconds it have traveled 180. And 40 seconds it have traveled 230. Here 0 to 50 meters it have traveled. Again 50 meters means it have to travel 100. But it have decreased like this. If you compare here distance traveled in between the equal intervals. Here equal intervals of the time is there. Each one is 10 seconds. But equal intervals of distance is not there. Here it is traveling not equal distances. It is not at all traveling equal distances. It is changing the distance. Sometimes it is traveling 50 meters for 10 seconds. Sometimes it is traveling 40 only. Like this. Then it will be called as non-uniform motion. Did you understand, children? These are the two topics which we have learned today. Yes. Thank you. And read your textbooks up to uniform and non-uniform motion from lesson 4. Here is an assignment in the next slide. Just read it out from your textbook and write down in your homework book. Thank you.